Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week. In humans, showing thanks to someone who saved your life is defined as gratefulness. But did you know that this trait can also appear in animals? Of course, animals cannot speak English to tell you that they are grateful, but they do show their gratitude in multiple other ways. A few displays of gratefulness may surprise you. Here are 10 animals that thanked their human saviors in their own way. Number 10. A Doberman and a Firefighter. This picture of a Doberman licking its human savior's nose is one of the many cases of gratitude by humans. Although there is no written story to go along with the visual, sometimes pictures like these speak louder than words. One can assume that the firefighter saved the dog's life from a burning building, and the dog, out of gratitude to the firefighter, licks the man's nose as a thank you. The picture, taken in 1999, is a sweet and tender moment between man and beast. Number 9. A life-changing encounter with Elizabeth, the pine marten. Most animals caught in traps are usually taken away by hunters, but this young pine marten was given a chance to live. 3 people, a woman named Anya Heister, her husband, and her son, were hiking in the woods one frosty evening when they encountered a wild pine marten who they named Elizabeth. Elizabeth was caught in a hunter's trap, dangling from a tree, and had given up all hope of survival. The family immediately set to work, working the trap off her paw and warming her up against the cold, speaking kindly to her and begging for her to live. Eventually, Elizabeth did revive. She scampered off with a limp, but not before looking back at her saviors, no doubt grateful that she was rescued from death. Number 8. A lifetime of love for Louie. Louie was a Corgi Pomeranian mix, one of 18 that was left neglected in a urine and fecal matter-infested trailer from an animal abuser. Local neighbors tried to feed the dogs to no avail. Even their water dish had frozen over due to the winter season. Law enforcement and shelter workers were notified of the animal abuser's treatment of the dogs, and the Animals Legal Defense Fund, or ALDF, got involved as well, threatening legal action against the person. The person confessed and pleaded guilty in court, and the dogs were given to loving homes. Louie was grateful to the people who helped him, but especially to his new family, whom he was already giving kisses every minute of the day. Number 7. A song soothes a frightened rescue pig. 2 pigs rescued from a deathly situation show different reactions to their human saviors. Magdalena and Anunzia were rescued from animal abusers and taken to Indraloka Animal Sanctuary in January 2012. Magdalena was thankful for their help and embraced her rescuers. Anunzio, however, had a deep fear for humans and would scream every time someone would try to do anything near him. One of the workers, Indra Lahiri, found that singing calmed the pig, making it easier for him to bond and overcome his fear. Everyone was pleasantly surprised when, one day, he came sprinting to Lahiri at the sound of her voice, nuzzling her hand and greeting. Number 6. From lab to fab. Barbara the chimpanzee had a very sad beginning, taken from her native home of Africa to a laboratory in America in 1969. For the next 30 years, Barbara was used as a test subject for various laboratories. She was also used as a breeder, in which she was forced to mate with different primates. Her young would be taken away from her to suffer a similar fate. However, her life changed forever when she and other primates found in similar situations were taken to Primarily Primates, a rescue organization that specializes in the rehabilitation of primates. At first, shy and withdrawn, Barbara slowly learned that her new caregivers were indeed true caregivers, and that she was given a second shot at life. Her way of expressing gratitude? She tracks down staff members of the Primarily Primates, seeking attention and just to blow kisses at them from a tree. Number 5. A chance in a lifetime. Most hit-and-run accidents are lethal, but this feline was grateful that a human was nearby to help him. Chance the cat was run over by a car on the freeway on October 2, 2006 in Florida. Driving home and seeing the poor cat's life hanging by a thread, Deborah Stitt took the cat to the nearest hospital. During the drive, the cat, once it had regained consciousness and calmed down, started to talk or make noises at Stitt, and hearing her voice apparently calmed him down. At the hospital, the vet explained that Chance had multiple wounds, his head was swelling, and his pupils were uneven. They would have to put him in intensive care until the next day to see what happens. And if they wanted to do a full diagnosis, someone would have to cover the cost. Fortunately for Stitt, Chance recovered quickly from his wounds thanks to the intensive care of the vet that night. So there was no need for an extensive diagnosis, and he was treated for the next few weeks. He was welcomed into Stitt's home and became a permanent resident of her family. Chance is certainly grateful to his savior and loves to play and receive tummy rubs from his loving owner. Number 4. A bald eagle and a man. Birds and men have coexisted since time immemorial, but not all stories are as heartfelt as this one. A young bald eagle named Freedom was found by a man who immediately realized the young bird needed help. Her wings were broken and she couldn't stand. After being taken to the vet, the man was told that if she was not able to stand up after treatment, Freedom would have to be euthanized. Miraculously, after about 4 to 6 weeks, the bald eagle managed to recover. Although she could never fly after that, the man took her in and trained her to sit on his gloved hand with a harness. The bird consistently shows her gratitude by nuzzling and pressing her beak against her savior's chest and nose. Number 3. Kingfisher family thanks human savior. A kingfisher was found in a man's garden a few years ago, nearly dead on the ground. The man, Jim Corcoran, nursed the bird back to health and released it back into the wild. The next morning, the entire family flew by, apparently thanking him. However, what is surprising is that the family of kingfishers never forgot his kindness. A few years later, Corcoran found the child of the kingfisher he rescued also in need of help, as its wing was pierced by a thorn. While Corcoran treated the bird's wounds, it never flinched but stared at him as he worked until it was able to fly away. The kingfisher thanked him by fluttering by him every day since then, chirping at Corcoran. Most recently, in a post on Facebook dated December 2, 2021, Corcoran is shown holding a baby kingfisher in his hand, the child of the previous kingfisher he helped and the grandchild of the first kingfisher. The bird looks at peace, if not happy and grateful to Corcoran for helping its family. Number 2. Shelter dog cuddles its savior in thanks. A beagle by the name of Gregory was taken into a shelter in Ohio after people reported the dog roaming the streets alone. The dog, at first deemed healthy, was found to have heartworm disease, and the decision was to euthanize it. However, Joe and Shinley Kirk of the Hound Rescue and Sanctuary, which specializes in stray dog rescue and shelter, stepped in to take Gregory into their care. The beagle was in debt to the couple and showed its gratitude by nuzzling Joe's neck during the ride back, prompting Joe to take this sweet picture of the two together. The dog will be treated for its disease before being put up for adoption. Number 1. Rescue stray cat finds its forever home. A stray cat named Albert was given a second chance at life by a loving home. The all-white cat, after spending 2 years on the streets avoiding all contact with humans, finally surrendered to a family's care after suffering from multiple open wounds, fleas, and dehydration. Subsequently, he was taken into the care of a vet. At first, the vet determined Albert would not last a week, but after 3 months of care, Albert was adopted by the family that found him. Feeling gratitude towards the family, Albert gave his owner a hug, no longer a stray, scared feline, but now a redeemed pet. You can watch his entire story on TikTok at @Alberts_tale. That is all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a comment and a like, and don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. Also, be sure to take a look at the other 2 videos on your screen. Until next time!